We are the City of Barrie Network, supported by local, caring businesses.
Express through movement. Empower yourself with confidence. Discover how amazing you are. Group or private lessons. Let's do this.
The scope of work that's been laid out here, among the items that are stated in the amendment, the original amendment, which are supposed to be reported by October, it says, review the administration staff who would be overseeing the supervised consumption site. I'm not sure what that means, because the staff have yet to be hired, and I'm not sure what this consultant, is that an HR consultant who's supposed to check their credentials? Is it there's no even close to a specific scope of work here. So on the time frame issue, I'm not sure it matters what time frame you put on it. I am quite sure, though, that October wouldn't be feasible because under our procurement, you have to call for proposals. This is public money you're proposing to spend. That process alone is 60 to 90 days. So it to me is not at all feasible. I question whether the original scope of work is feasible. I'll certainly vote against this particular time frame because I don't think it's been thought through very well, to be frank. What's on the floor now is that the decision concerning a supervised consumption site be deferred so a third-party impartial investigator can be retained to conduct an investigation. This is of the City of Barrie's first safe consumption site, including the benefits and impacts experienced by other Canadian and Ontario municipalities who have safe consumption sites. The application from the Gilbert Centre and Canadian Mental Health Association's applications to ensure the application is complete and accurate. The administration staff would be overseeing the supervised consumption site and a location that they believe would be best suited for a safe consumption site in Barrie and report their findings back to General Committee for their input. By October, the end of October 2019. 2, that $50,000 be allocated from the Council's strategic priorities reserved for the cost of the investigator. Look, if you're opposed to something, just say no. Don't defer it. Don't put it in the hands of an unelected outside investigator under the assumption that they will somehow provide better information than medical experts in your own community. If you're opposed to something, I understand that people pick at the process. It's a common thing to do, and I don't think any process is perfect. You may well feel the process here was insufficient, but the process that this amendment would put in place would accomplish the following. We would take a decision that should be undertaken by an elected council and put in the hands of an undefined expert who we hope exists to report back to us to give us a recommendation on 4 aspects of the application that, in the opinion of the mover, cause some concern. And while there would be additional information that would come back, and I trust, as Councillor McCann indicates, our staff would attempt to hire the best person they could find for this. Respectfully, all you're doing is putting the information or putting the matter in the hands of an outside consultant or advisor of some sort, spending $50,000 to do so. And then I guess the question is, are you really going to accept their recommendation? If you are opposed, just say no. Don't give false hope. Don't kick it down the line. Don't kick it down the line. Make a decision. So my problem with this amendment is it does not do that. And it substitutes for the medical professionals in our community the advice of one individual. Can you imagine when the advice of one individual, who, I don't know, is going to be from Barrie, from outside of Barrie, comes back and says, do it, don't do it? Can you imagine the opposition to that one individual's opinion, whether for or against? So this is not the way to do it. If you're opposed, oppose it. If you're in favor, support it. But let's make a decision. Please vote against this amendment. With that, call the question on the amendment, and I'll ask for it to be a recorded vote. Madam Clerk, please conduct it.
Starting with you, Mayor Lehman.
No.
Councillor Riepma.
No.
Councillor Aylwin.
No.
Councillor Shipley.
Yes.
Councillor Ward,
Yes.
Councillor Thompson,
Yes.
Councillor Natalie Harris. No. Councillor Harvey,
Yes.
Councillor Morales,
Yes.
Councillor McCann.
We.
The motion carries. The amendment carries.
My son Daniel died of an opioid overdose 18 months ago. I've been at council meetings for several months now, trying to get them to do something, one thing. They have once again have shown no courage. There are a few members of council, including the mayor, who speak strongly in favor of taking action. There are people on this council who just decided, because they didn't have the courage to vote no to a safe injection site, they made a decision to spend $50,000 of taxpayers' money to hire an investigator to go across Canada to check out the SISs all across Canada, come back and tell them whether the site on whatever street it is an appropriate site. This is insane.